Good evening, and we have just about made it through another week here together, and it was another trying week in America, the deadliest since this crisis began, with New York reaching its peak, leveling out, but at an awful level. Another 600 people dead in just the last 24 hours. Massachusetts, for example, hitting their peak just now. And governors across the country must now decide how and when to slowly reopen their states. The president speaking late today on all of this. And we take note of the numbers tonight, the lives lost. More than 36,000 people lost, doubling in a week. And on the front lines, the battle against the virus rages on in so many parts of this country. You can see there the EMTs in protective gear hosed off, being decontaminated after transporting suspected COVID patients. That's in Yonkers, New York. The fast-moving investigation into at least one nursing home, but the toll on so many senior centers across this country, residents passing away with no one from their family at their side. And we wanted to hear the stories tonight behind the faces, the family members in those long lines across the country, and you will be moved by the families who never thought they would have to ask for food. This line here in San Antonio. And now tonight, the war of words erupting. Just 24 hours after the president said governors would make that call, he is now encouraging protesters in several states who want to reopen now. And this evening, Governor Cuomo lashing out after the president took aim at some governors. ABC's Whit Johnson leading us off here in New York.
Tonight, at the end of the deadliest week for our country, a heavy toll on the front lines. EMTs in full protective gear transporting suspected COVID patients, then decontaminating their suits only to do it again.
Since this happened, I haven't been able to sleep with the lights off. I sleep with my lights on.
For New York paramedic Elizabeth Bonilla, a relentless cycle delivering painful news.
This one is hard. It's real hard. So young kids, youngest boy is 3, and you can't do nothing.
In New York, at least 630 people dying in a single day.
You're not going to hear any day soon. It's over, the nightmare ends, and we wake up. It's going to be incremental, and we have to be smart as we do this.
In neighboring New Jersey, more than 3,800 lives lost, the death toll nearly doubling since last week.
This is now more than 5 times the number of New Jerseyans we lost on 9/11.
The pandemic killing senior citizens in nursing homes at an alarming rate. 55 residents dying at this one home in Brooklyn. In New Jersey, 40% of all COVID deaths are in nursing homes. In Massachusetts, it's 50%. Across the country, thousands like Berna Lee cut off from their family members, feeling helpless.
I know she's fighting, and I just need her to know I'm fighting for her.
But amid tragedy, there is triumph. Janet Mendez could barely breathe when she was brought to Mount Sinai Morningside Hospital nearly a month ago. She was told she would be put on a ventilator.
I had less than 20 minutes to say goodbye to everybody.
But now she's going home. That high five for the doctor who helped save her life. Tonight, many states now looking for their next steps, too. In Las Vegas, where the famed Strip lies empty, the mayor pleading to reopen.
I fear that we're going to have deaths caused by people just throwing their hands up. I can't handle this anymore.
Today, Texas Governor Greg Abbott becoming one of the first to announce plans to reopen some stores next week, but only for curbside pickups, no customers inside.
We must put health and safety first.
It's been 24 hours since President Trump announced guidelines for reopening the country, applauding his relationships with governors of both parties, saying they would call the shots. Today, he egged on protesters defying stay-at-home orders in several states with Democratic governors, states that will be key to his re-election.
They listen to me. They seem to be protesters that like me.
Michigan's governor with a warning.
It's better to be 6 feet apart right now than 6 feet under it.
Hours later, the president tweeting out, "Liberate Michigan, liberate Minnesota and Virginia." He also took aim at New York's governor, who has pleaded for federal help to expand crucial testing.
Is there any funding so I can do these things that you want us to do? No. That is passing the buck without passing the bucks.
The president was watching and tweeted Cuomo should spend more time doing and less time complaining.
First of all, if he's sitting home watching TV, maybe he should get up and go to work, right?
Cuomo also had no use for the president's claim he should be more thankful for the federal help New York has received.
You want me to say thank you? thank you for doing your job. Thank you for participating in a modicum of federal responsibility in a national crisis.
Whit Johnson back with us at the top of the broadcast tonight. So many governors now across the country sounding the alarm, Whit, saying there's simply not enough testing for families to get back out into society, to go back to work, to send the kids back to school. And we took note late today that the Vice President, Mike Pence, in a new interview, saying there is, quote, a significant amount of unused testing capacity in this country. It would sound like he says there's testing available, even as we know there are complaints in several parts of the country that there are not enough tests.
And David, in that interview, the vice president said the administration has no higher priority than expanded testing right now. And that unused testing capacity that you just mentioned, Pence said is something that could be activated, potentially doubling the amount of tests taking place in this country every day. David?
All right, Whit Johnson leading us off tonight. Whit, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.